A beautiful afternoon to you viewers out there watching us this lovely Sunday afternoon. And let me welcome all of us to yet another interesting edition of your program's Value. Value is a program meant for young adults, young teenagers that will help us to shape the world around us. My name is Akifenwa Damilola, and for us this afternoon, we have come again with an interesting discussion that we want to look at again this afternoon. And without wasting much of our time, we'll quickly go to what we are here to do for today. On the program this afternoon, we want to look at an important topic, particularly that affects the young people in our society. And if caution is not taken, it might turn into something that we need to quickly check before it become a cankerworm to our society. We want to look at the topic which says the impact of reality TV show on our teenagers, particularly in our society, and what can parents do. In a time like this, we have seen reality TV exploded in the early 2000s, and nearly every channel in home is being viewed with different reality TV show. In our society today, reality TV shows still remain to be today's most popular program on virtually every television station in our home. As television starts, shows that are categorized under reality TV becomes increasingly popular. Teenagers and even young adults in our society begins to become exposed to sex, to drug, to vulgar languages in all kinds. And this and other issues we want to look at this afternoon. I'm not alone in the studio this afternoon. I have one of our guests who is already online this afternoon. I have in the studio this afternoon Mr. Tosin Akonde. Good afternoon, Mr. Tosin. Hello,
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Yeah, welcome, sir. Mr. Tosin is a public
Hello,
affairs
can you
and
hear me?
social commentator and an associate of
Hello.
Chartered Institute. I can hear you. And an associate of Institute of Chartered Institute of Personnel Management is currently reaching us live from Lagos State this afternoon. Mr. Tosin, welcome once again, sir. I also have in the studio this afternoon another person who is also joining us. I have in the studio this afternoon Mr. Babajide Moronfolu. Mr. Moronfolu, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Babajide Moronfolu let me call him an astute broadcaster, and he's a big brother in the profession. and Mr. Babajide's. I
Good
wanted to say
afternoon.
Sanwo-Olu, but I will say Mr. Babajide Moronfolu is a public affairs analyst and is reaching us live from Canada this afternoon. Once again, good afternoon, Mr. Babajide Moronfolu.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Even though
without
it's morning here,
yeah,
it's morning in
okay.
Canada.
Okay, yes, it's morning in Canada, and we want to appreciate you this afternoon. Without wasting the time this afternoon, the topic is what we want to look at this afternoon: the impact of reality TV show on our teenagers. What can parents? I believe you are a parent, sir. What can
Yeah.
we do in this regard?
Anyway, I thank everyone listening to me, and those who are also watching live all over the world. We operate in different worlds. Talking about reality TV show, I think we are concentrating more on Nigeria. In Nigeria, because of the kind of society we have, it is not what parents condone. Parents don't like it. I remember growing up, our parents monitor the type of program we watch on TV, and even the program we listen to on radio, and even with our small radio cassette player in those days, they monitor
Mm.
whatever we listen to. They go into our room, search everywhere to see if there are things they do not like. you know those are back in days, but now it's not like that because the terrestrial, which is the TV, is overblown. And I think it's a foreign culture. It's foreign to us. TV reality show is foreign to us in Nigeria. Entertaining as it is foreign to us, but I think the problem is the producers, the organizers, the sponsors. They are what they sat down and look into the subconscious of our teenagers and look at what they want, and they rather study them, because before they bring out programs like that, they probably did their research. And when they did their research, they said, what do these children want? What do they want to listen to? What do they want to watch? What do they want to see? And they know that these are the things that interest them. And I'll also take you back to advertising. For every product, anybody producing, go and look at you understand what I'm saying. If you need to produce any advert, if the advert does not appeal to the youth, to the teenagers, to the children, that product will not sell. So if you want if a company who is producing a beverage wants the beverage to sell, you need to appeal to the children. You need to appeal to the kids. So yes, they don't have the purchasing power. The parents have the purchasing power, but they are the ones that will tell their parents, Daddy, I want this. Mommy, I want this. This, I want this. So, and they increase the purchasing power. That's why when you go to supermarket, you see children, you see parents say, I don't like all these things, but my children, everything, my children, my children. So that's why they are now praying into the subconscious of the children that, okay, we can create a program for them and be doing also, because these are the things the children are doing back, behind their parents anyway. So at this point, I think the clear solution to it is, I don't know if our federal government, if they have any power over it, but I think they should just talk to sponsors that you need to bring down the language, you bring obscenity in this program. As good as it is, you can bring them down to the barest minimum. There are ways you do it, and it will still be fine. So, and it is not only reality TV show. I remember there was a time they criticized music videos, that most of the music videos you see women, and women
Yeah.
are saying sexual harassment. They're talking about all this
Obscene
obscenity
pictures. Yeah.
or seeing pictures. But we see that, and the question is, why is it that for every music video you will see our women, they will not dance properly? If they are dancing facing the camera, in about 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds, they turn around, they begin to show us their boobs and everything. So that's the way they do. So at a point, when the criticism was so much, artists, they left Nigeria, they went to South Africa.
I will come to you. I'll come back to you, Mr. Moro Follow. I'll come back to you. Just hold your thought for a while. Let me quickly go to I want to paint a scenario. We know, like you made mention of on sim pictures that we'll see
Yes,
in all this reality TV show, and
yeah,
it has become an habit that many of our young people are even accepting as a norm. And for you as a parent, you've made mention of parents supervising what the kind of content their children watch on TV. For
yeah.
parents watching us, many are busy today. What can we say to them?
Well, you will not blame parents because they are busy, especially what is happening now, the pandemic. Anyway, the reality TV show came before pandemic anyway. So the truth of the matter is, the Bible says, teach your children the way of the Lord, so that when they grow, they will not depart from it. My dad, when we were very, very young and we were going to school, I remember when I gained admission into the Polytechnic, Ibadan. So in Erua, then the campus was in Erua. So we were the first set in Erua campus. And Erua is a rural area in Oyo. So in Oyo State. So, and my dad said, Jide, come. Where you are going, I will not be there with you. Well, I've taught you everything I think I need to teach you. And I pray that you behave well. So don't join bad gangs, don't do everything, don't do this, don't do that. You know, so many. And when I got to school, everything my dad told me, I saw it. I was exposed to a lot of things. I was exposed to cultism. I was exposed to wayward life. I was exposed to so many things, so many things. But each time I remember the things my parents said, my dad told me, I said, no, I mustn't disappoint my dad. I mustn't disappoint him. I must do this. I must do this. So I try to, work out a better way of life for my children, for myself. That was exactly what I did. And I thank God for taking those decisions then. So likewise, our parents now, parents watching us live, what they need to do is they cannot control, they don't have entire time, the whole entire time of their life to control their children. But the little time they spend with their children, they should make sure they keep saying it. We keep talking about it, keep addressing them. If they have anything that will help their children in terms of exposure and everything, expose them to it, Say, okay, I saw this thing on net. I think it will be useful to you. I saw this book. I think it will be useful for you. I did it, And when your children, then the parents should you make sure that whatever you do the right thing in front of your children. Your discussion, your this thing, everything you do, so that let your children see you as an upright parent. Let them see you, even if you know you are bad yourself. Don't display that in the front of the children. Or when we are at home, you can go and hang out with your friends. You can do all that, but in your presence of your children, you don't need to do all that, so that your children will see you as an angel. I think that's the best word. Let your children see you as an angel, so that anytime they are away, they will always remember, my dad will never do this. My dad will say this. This is what my dad's reaction. So your parents cannot be everywhere at the same time, but anytime they have opportunity, they just keep advising their children and
All
telling them.
right, all right. On the part of the parents you've just spoken about, but the people that we are really talking about, the teenagers in our society today that have accepted the norms as the right thing. How do we help them in a time like this?
Many years ago, I remember my dad, no, it was my uncle, he bought a T-shirt for me. Do you know the inscription in front of the T-shirt?
No,
He
sir.
said, people call me a criminal. I am not a criminal. Society made me so.
Wow.
People call me a criminal. I am not a criminal. Society made me so. So I'm talking about society. It is the society in which we are. So it is the society in which we are. When we were in school, the bad children in our
Hello, good
school then
afternoon.
were children of pastors, chief imams. And the question is, why is it that reverend fathers at times you find that their children they are wayward, their children are bad, and when they get home they are the best children. They say, "Ah, my son is this so," and you find them they play the instrument. You find them in the church playing the instrument. Why is it?
This is
It
my
is the
cousin.
society where we belong to. So, and that's why I
Yeah.
keep
Good
saying
afternoon.
the children they are there. They will keep they see these things every day. They see these things. Excuse me. When I went to serve in Port Harcourt in 1992, that was when I knew the antics of Ashewo. We call Ashewo prostitutes in Lagos.
There, Mr. Akonde, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello, Mr. Akonde.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Akonde. Can you hear us very well, Mr. Akonde?
The network is breaking. Good afternoon.
Wow. Why Mr. Morofolu, continue from where you stopped, sir.
So now, when I now got to Port Harcourt,
Good afternoon,
there's
Mr.
one hotel.
Moronfo.
There's one hotel in Port Harcourt. I will not mention the name of the hotel, but it's a beehive of activities. Every day you see girls, you see men, you see
Good afternoon.
everybody come. And someone now told me that, do you know how these girls operate? Some of them they live in Enugu, some live in Aba, some live in Onitsha, and they come. And these are executives. They work in companies. They are well paid, and they come to that hotel to do their prostitution. And very early in the morning, bam, they are off to their station again, and they do that. That's the way they operate. Who taught them? On Island Avenue in Ikeja, if you drive around in the midnight, Island Avenue, you see species of girls, Mami Water, everybody. You see all of them there. These children you see, do you know where they come from? Some of them are children of rich men. Some of them are children of Novoruche in our society, well-to-do. It's not because they lack money, but it is because some of the things they've seen, they want to practicalize it. We see married women. I'm a journalist, and I can write a whole book on what I'm telling you about because I have my facts. Many times. I remember in those days when we were doing production, we go and shoot movies in the night, Oju Elegba and everything. I know a lot of them, and we chat with them, we talk to them. And that's the kind of life we live. But how did it start? It started from somewhere. I remember a man in Abuja many years ago was living in the same house with my uncle. The man came from the
many matters are being raised for you and
yes.
I watching us, particularly the young people out there. And as we look at this time is something more engaging than wasting time on this. I still want, as we draw it to a close, Mr. Moron, follow this afternoon. I want us to look at the man hour. Let me put it that way. The amount of time the teenagers put into watching this reality TV show. How can they put it in more productive venture?
No, it is the society. It's the society. It is for government to create a lot of things, not that's the only best way to disengage our youth. What are the activities? What are the things government need to do in the society, provide for them? If they have, it's like they are idle. Because how can I be watching a reality TV show 6 a.m. and I'll be there till, only God knows and all those things. You can't stay glued to the TV. Yeah, TV is a medium of information, entertainment, and education. But that does not say that all the information and education you need in this world is on the TV. There's education outside everywhere you go. So you can learn, you can be productive and do a lot of things. If you go to China, there are children in every community, in every compound in China. You find the children very, very productive. And that is what we are using. The phone we are using, the Zoom we are using, all the network technology we are using, these things are produced by children, by youth. They are produced every home. It is a norm there. You must know about it. So I think it is our government, and they go out, they come to Canada, they go to the US, they go to Europe, they see all these things. But our people, we government, they are good at starting, but they lack finishing. So they come up with an idea.
All
We
right.
are doing this thing. Look at when they created solar energy. Governor of Ondo State at that time. I've forgotten his name now, but I remember later. He introduced solar panels, solar energy, and everything. Even in the market, controlled by solar. But go to Ondo today. The solar energy is still working in Ondo. They introduced it during last time in Lagos State that, okay, all the street lights will be powered by solar. But I tell you, I know it's been longer I left Nigeria, but I know that the lights in Lagos, the street, let's talk of Ikeja alone, are they controlled by solar energy? When Oshomole was the governor of Edo State, people in Edo State, they shouted, they said they want Edo to be like Lagos State. They said, look at it, everywhere is shining. Oshomole said, no problem. This energy you are seeing in Lagos State is not controlled by solar. He said, no, go and ask Fashola. He knows how to do it. Oshomole said, okay, no problem. You know what he did? He now made Edo State like Lagos State. And at a point, teachers were saying, our salary you need to pay. He now said, I use your salary to power the solar, the street lights. That's just so, because that was what you wanted. So those are the kind of things. So it is our government to introduce what we can do and everything. And there are quite a lot of things government can do, and for our children, cottage industries, small industries, empower them. It's not about giving billions. Empower them, those into agriculture. There are a lot of things they need to do about it. Empower our youth, engage them. They want to do something. There's something called exuberance for our youth. I remember when I was growing up as a youth too, I had a lot of ideas.
Good afternoon.
This shirt I'm wearing. This shirt I'm wearing. I deliberately wear it today. You know what? This is the first time wearing it. This shirt was produced by my 15-year-old daughter.
Wow.
This was produced by my 15-year-old daughter.
Wow.
She came with the idea, and where did he get the idea? She got it on YouTube.
Wow.
My daughter got the idea from YouTube. She just went on YouTube that I can buy a shirt, a plain shirt, then I can do an African design and everything. And she learned how to do this. And she went to the market. I gave her money. She bought everything she needed. And she did a test run, and it worked out fine. And I'm wearing it. You understand what I'm saying? So
thank you so much. A lot we need to talk about, but time will not permit us. I think maybe we'll have other time to discuss more issue. But before you go this afternoon, sir, the issue of making our time, particularly the young person, into productive venture need to be looked into. We've looked at that, but we want to look at government. You made mention of government, the broadcasting aspect, the broadcasting organization. In one word, what advice will you encourage them in order for them to, like, how do I put it, like a regulation?
On TV, excuse me, on Nigerian television, all the TV stations, there's a problem. On all the TV stations, even on radio stations in Nigeria. Radio stations in Nigeria, they play music. And if you go to, and for radio stations also, they repeat programs. You find that the program that you are doing is the same program another person is going to do in about 30 minutes. After that one, another person is going to do another. The difference is that we have different presenters, but the program concept, philosophy, everything, they are almost the same. So it's a big problem. On TV, there are no programs on TV. There are no programs on TV. I'm telling you, how many times, there was a time I went for a workshop on radio program on agriculture. And these people are clamoring that there are no agriculture programs on radio. that how can we create it? But unfortunately, I was just ready packing up my things and leaving Nigeria, because for me at a point I said it's like my head will just scatter. I need to leave this country and go and look for. I'm telling you. But now I manage a radio station online here in Canada. It's called Voice of Africa. So you'll be hearing more about us. So there are no programs. There are no programs. You know, they need to create programs that will engage the youth. Television is meant for, when they created television, when Awolowo brought television to Africa, the idea was for us to sit down at home and see something, you watch it. And when you watch it, you go and practice it. Or you want to see something, you enjoy it. Those are the things you enjoy. You understand? You learn from it. I remember, I remember when we had problems with English language. My English teacher then said, "You go and watch NTA, go and watch television." There was a program they called, was it not Brighter Grammar or something? So when we leave school, so we go back to the TV at home to watch Brighter Grammar so that we learn. So when we go back to school, he will ask questions about it. So there are no programs on our TV. They need to create beautiful programs and everything. And the problem is, as a producer, independent producer too, if you create a program, where do you get sponsors? They will not sponsor it unless you create an entertainment program. Now, on Star Times, on African Magic, go and look at all the programs there. Majorly, the program they're sending to us here, the channels they're sending to us is program you need to watch movies. Everything is movie. I ran Orisun Television for 4 years in Nigeria. And I'll tell you that when running Orisun Television, they were telling us that we need to play movies. At a point, we were playing about 50 hours of movie every day. 50 hours of movie every day. If you create a program that is educative, they say people are not watching. So it is a big problem.
You will still come back and we'll discuss many other issues. Your final word to one youth, one young adult watching us right now.
My final word is that youths in Nigeria, excuse me, there's competition all over the world. You are not the only youth. There are other youths all over the world, but don't say you are disadvantaged because you are in Africa or you are in Nigeria. You are not disadvantaged. Think of what you can do and make good use of social media. Make good use of social media. There are a lot of bad things on social media, but you can make good use of social media and it will be better for you. I'm telling you, this shirt I'm wearing was produced by my daughter. My daughter is there with me in Canada. She watches it on YouTube, the same social media which you are privileged to watch. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Babajide Moronfolo. We want to appreciate you for coming, and then we want to say, may the Lord prosper you where you are. Yeah, have a good day. Thank you for coming, sir. You've had it all from somebody, and from me to you this afternoon, particularly a young person like you. The amount of time we spend in watching reality video can be put into something productive. He had made mention of Canada, his own daughter, 15 years old, who has put something into what she learned on the social media, and he can post that the girl will do more. Even in China, we don't need to go far. You that you are watching me, you are more useful, and I want to encourage all of us. Let's make do with the necessary thing. I want to wish you well and good afternoon.
Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa. carry the sound. The future is here. The future is here. Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here. The future is here. I am the future. I am the future. I am the dream. Wow.